go on a ski trip, it's smart to take wax on your skins so they don't attract water. So now before we go on a trip, I will wax my skins so they will have a good glide when we go. Husker du riktig vei?
Cecilia, what happened?
My backpack broke.
But Alina is going to fix it. So when we were walking, we fixed the backpack really quick, and now we do it in a more solid way. And I did 3 double halfstick nuts here and 2 here.
So when we enter a cabin, the first thing you do is write your name in the book so they know that you've been here. And then always establish where the fire extinguishers are. One is there and one is there. And if you are with more people in the cabin, remember that this is the fire alarm. So if we're gonna sleep in the cabin in the night, we always have to put our shoes and a pack of clothes ready. Because if there's a fire in the middle of the night and we have to run outside, you want to have a pack of clothes because it's gonna be really cold outside. And never forget the headlight because it's gonna be really dark in the middle of the night.
I was gonna say paprika, but I don't know if it's the same in English.
Yeah. After you stay in the cabin, make sure that you sweep the floors, make it tidy, and clean the dishes if you have used them. And always get the water buckets full for the next person that's gonna stay here.
DNT marks the winter routes with these sticks, and we are following them from Sandvatn to Langavatn. This is how they marked the winter routes, and this is how they marked the summer routes. We started at the cabin at Sandvatn, and then we crossed the lake, and I think we are here now. And now we need to go cross the other lake, so that's the way to Langvatn.
We also have the GPS, and there you can see that we are here now. We are now with Runnavatnet and just going over there and up here. So now we're just having a little technical break because we are going up some height meters now. So maybe take off some clothes and drink some water, and then we will have a long break. And today now we are making a kantgrop. We have decided to try and check if it's possible to build it here. It's in the sun, so maybe the snow is a bit softer because the snow is pretty hard now. On the other side, we could also try to build a kantgrop, but as you see, there's a big mountain over, so there could come snow from the top and down. Right now it's not that bad because it's not a lot of snow on the top, but we want to be on the safe side, so we're choosing this side. Before you build the kantgrop, it's important that you check that it's 2 meters down, so then you have to use this one. This is called a proba. And then you need to take it out and drag until you hear a click, like that, and then you go to the top and check. On the prober you can see how many centimeters it is, and we would like it to be on around here, and you should check it some places. So this is a good place to build a kantgrop. When you build a kantgrop, it's important that you build the thing that's going to be the hallway very narrow, and that's because you are going to build the roof of the beds and put the blocks up on the hallway after. Also smart to put the stick on the top so you know the direction you're gonna dig in. And if you are 2 people, one can dig down and one can dig up. In the start we have built a cold hole, and that's for the cold to like lock in so you don't freeze at night, so the temperature will be around 0 degrees. Now we had made the kantgrop, and it is quite tall. I can stand in here. And now we are building the beds, so we need a saw, and we're sawing out blocks here to use for the roof. We are making the bed to sleep in.
And when we do that, we also cut out blocks to put on the roof. Then you saw on every side of the block, and you take it out like this. And then you need to put it outside so it can...
Now the kantgroup is finished and me and Thea is gonna sleep tight in this double bed inside the kantgroup.
Here we have some candle and the jacket is hanging. And we have the cold hole down there. And we have put ice blocks all the way down so it's completely closed. Good morning!
Good morning!
We just woke up in the kantgroup.
This experience was much better than our last.
Yes.
We were warm and slept, so now we are ready for a new day.
Yes.
Good morning!
We plan to go from Langavatn to Blåfjellenden, but because of risk of overwater over the rivers, we decided not to go. So we went from Langavatn to Sandvatn because turning around would maybe be too hard on our group. Just to be sure, we went around, because if you are not sure, then it's a no.
The avalanche over there, we're pretty sure it's a flock avalanche. Because you can see the line where the snow is separated from the other snow. It's on the last side of the mountain because there's a lot of wind coming from the other side. It's pretty warm compared to previous temperatures, so that's why the flock happened.
Here you can see that there has been an avalanche, and if the mountainside is over 30 degrees, it is a risk for avalanche. This is the sunset. And the sun goes around here, and when the sun is on that mountain all day, it can cause an avalanche.
Okay, now we're standing in a Tupukus. We do this to gather everyone and discuss the next part, how we're gonna take it. The weather, as you can see now, is really good, but if the weather is more bad and it's like freezing in this position, you stay more warm.
So we decide to practice how to do an emergency bivouac. So sometimes you need to find shelter when you're on a trip and the weather gets bad, it's snowstorm or somebody hurt themselves. It's an easy way to find shelter.
We start with 2 entrances and we meet in the middle and we dig in and up, and in the end we
Cover one entrance with snow. Yeah.
and the other one we cover with our backpacks when we are inside.
So now we have closed the one entrance and the other one is still open. We can close it with our backpacks when we go in. And we have nice shelter inside, and the proba is showing so no one will step on us. Let's have a look inside.
So we are here now and we can see it on the map, so the terrain is easy to locate. We are here now and the square is always divided in 10. An easy rule how to remember how to read the coordinates, we go always in the door and up the stairs. So I can see it's 6, 5, 3, 9 and 2. And the other one is 3, 6, 3 and 1. Now we check it with the GPS and we see where we are. And then we click on mark and then we can find the coordinates. And yeah, you can see it's right.
So before putting up the tent, you have to make the ground flat with the loose snow. You do it by moving your skis sideways and on the other side.
Okay, so now we have put up the tent we're gonna sleep in tonight, and we have dug a cold hole, and that we can also use to sit inside and eat if it's a storm tonight or cold outside, and then we can put the storm kitchen here. Firstly, I put wet paper in the bottom of the fire so that it burns slower. And then I'm gonna put some snow on top of it. Now I'm making a pagoda ball, and then I put the 3 biggest in the bottom, and then I'm gonna lay smaller and smaller on top of it. I brought some dry never from home that I'm gonna use in the middle, in the bottom, to get a fire. Then I'm just putting that there, and it's important to have a lot. When you build a fireplace, it is important that where the fire is gonna be higher, so that when it burns down. So we made a pagoda ball because it is perfect for making food like hot dogs.
When you sleep outside or in a tent or a camp group, you can fill this bottle with hot water and then you have a warm night.